Okay, so this is the plan for this morning. This is the back lug here and the screw that goes in, and this bit here is going to replace this bit here with this threaded bit going into what remains of the mount, and then I've got a slightly larger screw. This back one, this is 6mm, the little threaded bit here. This is 15, and these are M4 screws. So you want a 6-15 for this little mount here, which is called the hex pillar mounts. And then the screws are M4. I'm using a slightly bigger one for replacement, and I'm also going for countersunk head screws, so they fit a bit flusher into the hole. I might have to drill the holes a little bit, I'm not sure yet, but let me get mounting this and I'll show you how it all goes together. Right, to drill the holes I've actually brought, they came in a set of 10, they're 3mm HSS twist drills. So that's the size I'm going to be drilling. They come out about 2.5mm on my vernier, and the thread here is about 3.5, so I want a bit of undersize on the hole so that when I screw this in, the threads bite into the plastic and stop it pulling back out. Right, I haven't got a depth gauge on this drill, but what I've done is I've measured between the tip of here, the end of that tape, and I've made that 6mm or just over to allow me to get the depth of the thread. So as soon as the front of that tape touches the top of this, I stop drilling, then I know I'm at the correct depth. Right, let's get this bugger in. Right. As you can see, that is perfectly in now and ready for when we shut it all up. So we got the bigger one at the back and the two little ones at the front. So in theory now we can shut the case up and actually have something that looks half decent. Right, well, the next problem we've got with the mic, I've just found from its rough journey, the actual push to talk switch, the actual switch itself is knackered. Inside here, at each of these grooves, there's supposed to be a metal bit with a spring behind it, and then as you push these in here, they're contact with 2 pins, then they'll move up and do the next 2 pins. So it's how you actually get the pins to turn on and off. By depressing this either fully in or letting it out. Then certain pins are connected on the metal tabs, move it in, other ones. So at the moment I've got no push to talk switch. However, I went on to our good old friend eBay. I've brought a pack of replacement switches. In addition to that, obviously the microphone itself for the slider knobs didn't come with actually any knobs. And the shafts on these are an unusual size. They're 3x2mm, but most slider shafts are usually used for, you know, faders on stereo decks are 4mm by 1mm. So the exact knobs for the Turner 500 I couldn't find. However, I've brought 5 of these, again, off eBay, and I'm going to try and get them to fit. Because I need 1 for each of the slider controls, and then 1 for the lock feature. So I've got 5, so we've got a few spares. So that's good. Also, in addition, the actual microphone wiring, I had that spare cable and I put the new cable on and it was the same colours, but when I found a wiring diagram for it, there should also be a blue wire in here, so I need a 6-core cable, not a 5. So that's 5 colours, 1 braid. I've got 4 colours and 1 braid. So I've ordered 6 with 5 colours and 1 braid. It's got the blue wire in there, I believe. I'll do that when I cut it out. But that will then mean, this was only £2.59, brand new. That then means I've got the right cable, and I found a picture of the inside of one of these on eBay. Not eBay, sorry, on the internet. And it shows me exactly which wire goes where. So the wire inside is sorted. So anyway, let's get on and try and sort this switch out, because once I get the switch and get the push to talk function working, I can then probe on these wires here and determine which wire is TX, RX, common, ground and audio. But I've been pressing this in up until recently, and I didn't realise why I wasn't getting any readings. I thought there was a problem with the wiring, but no, it's because the inside of the the inside of the plug is all broken. Obviously another piece of damage that occurred, well, God, I can't speak today, that occurred when it was on its trip in its carrier bags. So anyway, let's get going. Right, so we're going to desolder the switch now. If I can get anywhere near it. Got all that side. Do the same this side. Oh, that's hot. Last one. Right, I think that looks like they're all done. Let me just have a quick look. There we are, one desoldered switch. It's as easy as that. The machine I'm using, I'll show you, it's a desoldering station that I brought, and I'll tell you what, it's the best thing I ever purchased. That's it there. I've got it set at 380 degrees Celsius at the moment, and there's your little soldering gun. You basically put it on there, it's got a soldering tip on the end, goes over the leg, heats up, and you just press it and it sucks all the solder into that glass tube, which you periodically have to clean out, and it's as simple as that. So we finished with that now. Right, so I've just got the new one sitting in now, so I'm just about to solder the legs in, and then we can do some tests to check whether we've got TX, RX, audio. Actually we can't check that one, and common and ground. Right, okay, new switch is all in, so let me flip this over. What I'm going to do is desolder the old microphone cable and then try and get this new one fitted as well. Right, I've tinned all the wires and I've cut them to a bit better length, so they're just going to go down and go like that out the back of the radio. So I'll get these soldered in. I'll just flash up a picture now that I found on the internet that shows you the exact wiring, and hence why I went out and bought another cable with the blue wire on it, so I've got 5 coloured wires and braid. So here's the picture for you now. As you can see, that's what we're aiming for. So I'll quickly solder these on, and I think after that, now we've got the new switch and everything on, we can attempt to put this thing back together. Right, so I'm just fixing the board in at the moment. I've just put the PTT bar against the new switch, and it's got quite a nice solid action on it, so that's good. The only thing I haven't managed to get in yet is the lock bar. The big question is, where the hell did I put that? Right, hang on a minute. Right, so I've got the lock bar in, and it's holding the PTT completely down at the moment. I want it like that because I need to get that cover on the top, and then I need to get the knobs on before it all falls apart. So right, the next thing to do now is carefully flip this over, connect the, let's move the tripod out a bit. connect the last two leads onto here and then flip the whole thing down in here and try and get some screws up into those new mounts that I've made. And then in theory we can do some testing of the cable to see whether the actual thing itself is working. So that'll be a good stage to get to. Right, let me just flip this over and get it shut. I need to move the tripod out of the way because I'm working with this between me and the mic itself. So considering this thing was smashed to bits, you can see it's done up nicely along there. I'm not pulling it up tight. It's all done up along the back. There's my 3 screws. Success. So the next thing now is to sort out the front cover. Hang on, let me just adjust the angle. Here. So we've got this face plate to go on here. So I'll probably have to glue that on, so I'm probably going to have to leave that overnight, but it's starting to look a lot more like a microphone now. So right, I'll glue this on, we'll leave it overnight, we'll come back to it tomorrow. So I'm using what's in the UK called Yoo-Hoo super glue. Just going to put a liberal smear of it all the way around here. Try not to make sure it runs down in the controls. Right, that should be enough. Then we will drop this on here, like so. Then we have to hold this down for a bit. Glue there, I don't want that wading out. So right, I'll hold this through it and we'll get it drying overnight.